I use the bucket strategy. I'm a bit of a worrier, and this is the strategy that allows me to sleep at night. I just finally finished reallocating and rolling everything over, and I'm now using 2 buckets instead of 3. It's simpler. My investments were all over the place. I had money at 6 different financial institutions. While that was diversified, it was more complicated to keep track of. Now I have investments at just 3 places. My work accounts, which were my 401a, 403b, and 457 deferred compensation plan, were much harder to pull money out of than my IRAs, and they had higher fees. When I first retired, I didn't want to roll anything over until I had a feel for how my finances would go in retirement. I wanted to get my sea legs. There's no rush to roll over your work 401ks or other accounts. But after a year and a half of being retired, I was ready to simplify my plan. Here's what my 3 buckets looked like before. After rolling everything over and reallocating, my 2 buckets look like this now. Bucket number 1 is no risk, and bucket number 2 has risk. As conservative as I am, I decided I needed to be a little bit more aggressive. This is hard for me. My conservative portfolio has been doing well, and I was really happy with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? We've had a great couple years in the market, but that may not continue. I had to think long term. So I'm going to go through each rollover and reallocation I did. But please, please remember, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I love numbers. I'm good at math, budgeting, and saving money, and I enjoy that. But as far as choosing funds to invest in, I'm a novice. I DIY my retirement portfolio, but that doesn't mean you should do that. I do sometimes get ideas about funds from watching other YouTubers, but I always do a lot of research before I invest. I also run my plan by my oldest son, who is also not a financial advisor, but he's good with finance stuff. It's always a good idea to have someone else look for flaws or holes in your plan, especially if you're DIYing it. I'm recording this video mid-February after all the rollovers are done. This is not my February portfolio update. It's just an explanation of the reallocation. If you want to see how much money is in each of these accounts, you can tune in on March 6th for my February portfolio update video. My IRA 1 is invested in Intuitive Investor diversified ETFs. This is a robo-advisor plan for beginner and intermediate investors. This is one I chose many years ago. For now, I'm keeping this one. It does have higher fees though. I have a conservative profile, 45% stocks, 53% bonds, and 2% cash. I like the 2% cash part because I can pull money out without selling shares. Here's the allocation and here are the returns. The last year I made over 13%, which I was happy with for such a conservative mix. I may roll this account over someday in the future, but for now I'm keeping it as is. So the first thing I did to reallocate was roll over my 401a to a new rollover IRA. That process took 2 months. My 401a was invested in a TAP portfolio, total allocation portfolio. This particular WSIB 401a plan took 2 months to roll over. TAP assets are invested in public equities, fixed income products, private equity funds, real estate, and tangible assets such as timber and infrastructure. It was so long ago when I chose this fund, I think I just went with the one people I knew at work were using. This is what the allocation looks like. The allocation was roughly 58% equities, 17% in bonds, and 25% in real estate and tangible assets. After I rolled it over to an IRA, I invested it in VTSAX and VIGAX, which are very similar. I couldn't decide between the two, so I did both. I knew I was going to add international and other caps later on in the reallocation. One of the first finance books I read was The Simple Path to Wealth. That's really where the VTSAX and chill idea came from. Next, I cashed out $8,000 from my mutual funds brokerage account in December and put it in my Roth for 2025. I could do this since I have earned income from YouTube. I'd been wanting to get rid of my mutual funds account. I invested that money in VTINX after hearing Rob Berger talk about this and researching it. I decided I wanted my Roth a little more balanced. It was previously 100% stocks and index funds. After this, it was closer to 86% stocks and 14% bonds, which is still pretty aggressive, especially for me. My mutual funds brokerage account allocation was 83% stocks and 17% bonds. This was also a robo-advisor account I opened with Betterment back in 2017. Then in January, I cashed out the rest of that mutual funds account and put it temporarily in my high yield savings account. Next, in January, I rolled my 457 deferred compensation plan over to my rollover IRA. My 457 was invested in a 2025 target fund. The allocation looked like this. So it was about 67% stocks, 28% bonds, and 5% real estate. It did fairly well for me. You can see that here. Next, I cashed out my I-bonds. When I first opened my I-bonds account, I was making 9%. But currently I was only making a little over 3%, and I decided that money would work better elsewhere. So I cashed out my I-bonds in February. I put $8,600 of it in my Roth for 2026, and I put the rest in my high yield savings account for now. In February, I also rolled over my 403B to my rollover IRA. That was a pain. I had to fill out a long form and send it to the authorized plan representative so they could approve it, and then they sent all the forms to my rollover IRA. There were all kinds of hiccups and phone calls, but I eventually got it all done. That account had been invested in VTTVX, which is a Target 2025 retirement fund, and it had done really well for me. It was 50% stocks, 50% bonds. The risk level was low and the returns were good. You can see here in the last year I made over 14%, which I was really happy with. So I wanted to invest in the same fund in my new rollover IRA. But after talking with my son and really thinking about it, I decided not to. My son kept pointing out that you need to look at the 10-year returns. If I compare this to VTSAX, for example, you can see how much better the returns are long term. The expense ratio is lower too. So as much as I liked that fund, I decided my son was right. A three-fund portfolio is a simple, low-cost investment strategy using three broad index funds for global diversification: U.S. stocks, international stocks, and U.S. bonds. I'm not a big bond fan. I'd rather have my IRA CDs that make over 4%. That's better than many bonds do. An example of a three-fund portfolio is U.S. stock fund VTSAX, International Stock Fund, VTIAX, and U.S. Bond Fund, VBTLX. VTINX is a target retirement income fund that Rob Berger talked about. I like it better than a bond fund like VBTLX. Here's the returns and expenses. It has 31% stocks, but it's only a 2 rating in risk. Here's the returns for VBTLX with the same 2 risk rating. Some advisors recommend a fourth fund, short-term inflation-protected securities like VTIP, to hedge against specific short-term inflation risks. For simplicity, the Target Retirement Fund VTINX automates this entire strategy in a single fund. So here's how I ended up investing and allocating my funds. Bucket 1 just has my high yield savings account and my IRA CDs now. I know this is a large amount, but this is what allows me to sleep at night. I'm mostly using my IRA CDs in place of bonds. Very soon in March, my IRA CDs will mature. If the rates have dropped significantly, I'll probably move at least some of that money to maybe a money market fund or somewhere else, but it will be somewhere with little to no risk. In bucket 2, IRA 1 hasn't changed. It's that intuitive investor diversified ETFs. In my rollover IRA 2, I'm now invested in VTSAX, VIGAX, VTIAX, which is the international, VFIAX, and VTINX. In my Roth IRA, I'm now invested in VTINX, VTIAX, which is the international, VTSAX, and VMGMX. That's a mid-cap one. I now have lower expense ratios, more index funds with no active management, and no small cap at all. It's simpler. So when I had 3 buckets, my allocation was 43% stocks, 21% bonds, and 36% cash. It was too conservative. I'm counting IRA CDs as cash even though they're pre-tax because there's no risk. So my new 2-bucket overall portfolio ended up something like 42% US stocks, 5% international stocks, 37% cash, and 16% blends. Now my 2-bucket portfolio is 55% stocks, 10% bonds, and 35% cash. This is more aggressive than I was. At this time, this is as aggressive as I'm comfortable being. I suspect my portfolio will now be more up and down than it has been, and I'm just going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is why I have as much as I do in bucket 1. The reason I'm sharing all of this is because I get YouTube comments asking what I'm invested in all the time. But I'll say it again, I'm just an average do-it-yourself investor. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research and invest in a way that you are comfortable with. What do you think? What might you have done differently? If you want to share, feel free to leave a comment. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in early retirement, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Investing should be more like watching paint dry or watching grass grow. If you want excitement, take $800 and go to Las Vegas. Hope to see you again soon.